Washington, Washington, 12 stories high, made of radiation. The present beware, the future beware. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Hello and welcome to the podcast, everyone. This is episode 62. We got Deshaun, Derek, and me, as always, the three hosts of this wonderful, wonderful podcast. I'm tired as hell. Derek seems to be a tired boy as well.
Yes.
And Deshaun, how are you doing?
Same as normal.
All right, tired boy podcast it is. I just assume that you're always in a state of tiredness.
Pretty much. I don't even think I slept last night.
No, that sucks. I slept, woke up to move my car so that my brother could go to work, and then went back to sleep. But the going back to sleep part didn't happen very easily. And then my brain was like, hey, but you have stuff to do in the morning. So I woke up and I was like, fuck, I woke up 3 hours early. And then kept doing that for the next every 15, 20 minutes.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's the worst.
You should get one of those weighted blankets.
I have a blanket that is weighted.
Like a heavy one? You can get heavier ones.
It's pretty heavy, but it's like the thing is the heat is the main issue.
Yeah.
Weaklings.
That's why I just sleep with a rock on me.
Patrick.
That's why I sleep in between the mattress and the bed frame. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Alright, EA just announced a partnership with Stadia. The Stadia Connect just went up like a couple minutes ago. And
Why is the Stadia being legitimized?
I mean, they're really not, but I'm sure Google just threw a bunch of money at EA and were like, hey, put Jedi Fallen Order and FIFA and Madden and shit on our fucking worthless platform. Please, pretty
You know
please.
That's smart. That's smart. Get any sports games on Stadia. That's
Because as we know, people who play sports games will just buy any old bullshit as long as it has 2K on it or some shit.
100%.
It's fucking
I was going to say that
morons.
actually sounds like a smart business move.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, those games don't need particularly high latency to be played. So, I feel like out of anything that's going to be successful on Stadia, like sports games like that, like FIFA and Madden and shit, is going to be a lot better than, like, Destiny.
They're not going to be successful, though.
My point is, it makes
Because everybody who
sense.
is going to play those games probably already owns them on shit that it works better on.
Yeah, well, like I said.
Yeah, you're totally right, but at the same time, it's a little too late for Stadia to be doing this.
Now they're going for 2K 2020 to be out on Stadia early. Now that would be,
Shit.
or no, it'd be 21, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm dumb.
Although I think some football guy accidentally leaked that. Well, not leaked, but he hinted that he was going to be on the cover of the new NFL game.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Anyway, what'd you guys do this week?
Man, a whole lot of nothing.
Mm.
A whole lot of nothing. I played Zoe from Grand Blue. I did that.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Came
say
out.
Zone of the Enders. Oh,
No, I did not do that. I bought a new game on Steam. It's in beta right now. And it's another Slay the Spire type game, another roguelike.
What's it called?
It is called Gordian Quest. It's supposed to have a 5-act structure. It only has 1 act out right now, so there's a lot more game. But it's a card-based roguelike, pretty much. And I am excited. I don't know the full gameplay yet because I haven't played it at all yet. But my friend was talking about it. And he's like, "Hey, you should get this game because I know you love Slay the Spire and other roguelikes." I'm like, "Yes, I do." So I'm excited to play it.
Oh
There's a
shit!
whole bunch of classes and
Zombie Army 4 Dead Wars free on Stadia Pro. So If any of our listeners have Stadia Pro,
You're really going in on the Stadia, man.
man, well, it's happening literally. It happened literally as the podcast was starting. And I was watching it. It's fucking hilarious.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's so weak that they're fucking still around despite being an absolute fucking failure.
I think they're gonna last. I think
Hey
they're
man,
gonna last.
so am I.
I think
That's
they're going
true.
to last just because people throw money at them.
Yeah, fucking morons.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, because it's Google, they have just stupid amounts of money to like take losses that basically no other company would.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think they're
Like,
just
I
gonna
feel like
wait.
they're like Nintendo in a way,
Yeah,
where they have weak as shit stuff until something's gonna come along and make it like actually legitimate, and then everyone's gonna be like, oh, this is good the entire time, just like Nintendo does. Like,
Well, I think
the fucking Wii
Oh,
U
go ahead.
had a lifespan of like 5 years, and fucking it was sandwiched by just like cock slaps of Wii and Switch.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the thing about the Wii U though is that it at least had games people wanted. You know,
a couple,
Stadia
yeah.
is just,
But I'm just saying,
regurgitating shit people already have.
yeah.
Like
I'm just
Destiny.
saying, like, Google is
they were
like, fuck
they
you,
were
lots
like
of money. Like,
they do. They were like selling Destiny for like $30 or some shit after it had already gone free to play like a week before. You know.
Mm-hmm.
that makes me laugh.
Yeah. So unless the Stadia gets some sort of like oh shit. Unless the Stadia gets like fucking Wonderful 101 exclusive before everybody else, I really don't see it fucking doing anything all that great. I think Google's just
Yeah, it
gonna
would
wait
need to
till
get-
people forget it exists and then they're gonna they're
Deshaun?
gonna kill it. What?
Deshaun, think about something you just said.
What?
Wonderful 101 on Stadia to get more sales.
It wouldn't get more sales.
Okay.
People would just be like, "Oh, we'll just wait till it comes out on PS4, which we know it's already gonna come out on."
Yeah. Well, no.
Because that was part of the Kickstarter or whatever.
You said that you're waiting for 101 to come out early, so that way it would get more sales. And I'm like, hold up a second. First of all, that game sold like ass.
Yeah,
Although
but
everybody loves it.
yeah, exactly. It's a cult classic, and now that's coming back for systems that people are actually gonna play. It's probably gonna sell like a motherfucker. Dude, the fucking Kickstarter or whatever was like
I know.
fully funded in
I
like
know.
2 hours. Like they blew so fucking hard past their goal. That's like, yeah, this game's probably gonna sell really well.
Yeah. But not on Stadia.
Not on Stadia, no. People would just be like, "I'll just wait."
I'll just wait.
Anyway, fucking Stadia. I think Google's just gonna kill it.
So-
They're gonna wait till everybody starts paying attention, and then it's just gonna die. They're just gonna shut it off.
Yeah. So I think
Like
I think other
they've
than-
probably bought like servers for like they probably paid for servers up to like a year maybe, and then they're just gonna wait till everybody stops talking about it. Then it's gonna die.
Yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows? Stadia could be like that one thing that, like Derek was saying, just kind of stays in the background until it works, and then all of a sudden, once it works, it's like, yep, we were the best the entire time.
That's really what it should have done from the beginning. It shouldn't have tried so hard to convince everybody to use it. It should have just been like, hey, here's the thing, you know, here,
out.
if you want to use it, try it out. We're working on it every day. But here it's just like, Stadia is the best new experience. Fuck all those other guys. This is the future of gaming. It's like, it's not this future.
I really do believe that it, not Stadia, but that kind of gaming will be the future of gaming.
Oh yeah, cloud gaming will be something in the future, just not with Google.
Maybe not with Google, maybe with Google, who knows? But I agree with that one simple statement that cloud gaming probably will be the future.
Yeah.
But whether it's Google or not, who knows? I don't think we're going to be able to get cloud gaming until like infrastructure in the world goes up.
How can we do that when 5G is creating diseases?
Oh God, I don't want to hear about this. It's too early in the morning. Do not want to hear about this. Oh boy, these fucking people are dumb.
Yes.
This is a general statement that is true in many occasions.
I just like
Hey,
I don't
man,
like.
this is the world we
I
live
could
in.
see the idea, right? But like, it's one of those. God, it gets me so upset because I like the idea in theory, but it takes like unless you have, and I think even then, unless everyone is using the same hardware, it's just not going to be competitive. Like literally competitive. You can't like play Call of Duty or Battlefield or something like that. 'Cause it's just
Right.
going to take. You could add too much latency.
Yeah,
You know?
because you don't want to. You don't want to be in a big city trying to play competitive with fucking Cletus who lives in bumfuck nowhere. You know, just because
Yeah,
Cletus
it's
is a
just
nice
like-
computer now doesn't mean his shit's gonna be all that good.
Like if we went like, oh god, what's this? What's the Nvidia one? Is it Shadowplay?
What is it called? I only just saw it the other day.
Whatever, the Nvidia thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think console makes it a little bit better because it doesn't have to be as nutty, and they can like strictly control the like the hardware. But like, would you ever trust Shadowplay to like play competitively? Fuck no.
Nah.
It'd be insane. Like, even if you wanted to play something that was like as like quote unquote casual as like Rocket League that can run on like any computer, like would you ever trust to do that, or League of Legends? No. So it's just like I understand it, but it's like the people that are actually playing games to be competitive, which is a lot of people, will never fucking buy your product.
Yeah. I trust it to be
Even-
like good for chess games and other
Good for
low
Slay the
shit.
Spire.
XCOM, like I could see it being good for a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, but
Like
it's just like
turn-based stuff where you're not really worried about, you know,
Lag.
second to second moments and shit like that. But
yeah, or like fucking like there's other stuff too. I'm sure like Final Fantasy and like
Not
even
remake.
probably like some MMOs. You could probably
not
play
the
on that
new
shit.
not the new Final Fantasy. No, the older stuff.
Like there's some good shit that you could probably play, but it's just like it's one of those things where
yeah.
it's like, fuck, like I don't really see I see the market, but I don't see them actually making a shit ton of money.
Yeah. It's like you had an idea,
So-
but then they didn't really think about what happens after the idea. They just made the thing, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we don't understand what we're doing."
Yeah, pretty much.
And
which
then
is
I bought my
fine.
mobile game.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else did you, Cameron?
I was trying to get to that, but my mobile
Listen,
game.
man, Stadia had to be put down, like the fucking dog
Yeah.
it is.
It keeps
Yeah.
crawling
Yeah,
out of the dirt, so we have to smash
keeps
its skull
crawling.
in.
It keeps crawling. It's like a zombie. You kill it once and it just raises from the dead. You bury it, it still comes out. It comes out like Thriller. Just. Oh boy. All right, so I made my mobile game like always, and I played Power Rangers. Fucking Power Rangers is such a fun game. Why is the online ass?
I'm so glad that I stopped playing that game.
God,
My life
so
has
much-
been like so much less salty since.
My life needs it. Like the Power Rangers is so much fun. It is so much fun. And when you have a good connection, it's fucking great. It's fantastic. I love it. And then as soon as you get in the match with that one person that like just has an awful connection, you're just sitting there just like, Jesus Christ, why am I playing this stupid fucking game? It
Yeah.
is annoying as hell. And I swear you can't change blocks online. You can't go from crouching to standing online. It's impossible.
How long have I been saying that?
switching from right to left. It's impossible. Yes, it's impossible.
That's impossible.
Oh Jesus, it's so bad. Like it gets me to the core, man. It riles me to the core because I'm like, oh, he's doing an overhead. I should stand up. Gets hit in the head. Well, there's that character dead. Oh, and then unblockable setups for the next character. And then unblockable setups for the next character. Alright, cool. It's because I didn't block an overhead. Totally didn't block an overhead. I die. That's great.
I still follow the subreddit, and I just keep seeing people who I think are new to the game, and they're like, "Is Daishi overpowered?" And I'm just like laughing because I remember when he was just like, I don't even know if he's actually good, but I just remember him being like absolute dog shit. And
he's okay now. The thing about him is that he has longer combos now and actually does damage, but he still has his issues.
I mean, I figured as much, but it was just funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy, dude. It makes me so happy when people are so bad at the game they think like an underpowered character is overpowered.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I still can't do. So there's a thing Daishi can do, which is causes combo 6 to extend like ridiculously far. You can do what's it called 6AL into 2L, which is basically he does his front flip into the air, and as he gets to the ground, you kick people off the ground, make them knock up, and when you knock them up, you can then immediately animation cancel in the 2L because you're so low to the ground that you are immediately standing after you press the button. And then you can go into a full combo from there. Well, the thing about it is you have to be like super close to the ground, and it's like maybe a 2 to 3 frame link, maybe even tighter than that. But I think it's loose enough.
Seems legit.
Oh, it's so hard to do, and I don't want to learn it. But my dice should be so much stronger if I would just learn it. But yeah, so fighting games, and then I played Grand Blue. I played another match of Street Fighter, and that was it.
The usual.
I also played a little bit of League and TFT, but again, no one gives a fuck about that game.
Correct.
So, what'd you do, Deshaun? Because I hope you did a little more than me.
Well, let's see. I watched some stuff and I played some stuff. So I played a little bit more Evil Within. Still terrifying. Still big scares. Now they've started. So I beat a boss, right? So now that boss is just a regular enemy now. It just spawns wherever the fuck. There can be like 3 or 4 of them in an area at one time. They kind of just show up out of nowhere.
Oh god.
And they're fucking stupid tough, so there's really no point in fighting them because you'll just waste ammo.
Bullet sponges.
Pretty much. And this is what I was tweeting about this. I was like, I don't really mind my enemies being bullet sponges, but at least show me like body parts falling off or something, so I at least know I'm doing something. Yeah. This game kind of does that.
Design 101.
This game kind of does that, but like it's mostly just with headshots, which which is basically the only thing I'm really aiming for anyway. But sometimes I'm forced to like go for the legs or the body or something. So, but
yeah, like when you're in a panic, you kind of have to sometimes.
Yeah. The game has decided to stop being. The first part of the game is pretty serious, but now it's like I'm getting to the parts of the game is starting to like lighten up a little bit, where the main dude is saying funny shit, like he's about to stab something and he goes, "I'm gonna stab the shit out of you," and stuff like that. So that's fun. I think it's to ease the tension because they know that it's a fucking heart-stopping game.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's fun. That's great. I started. I was really like nostalgic for some reason for my old games, so I decided to play Mega Man Star Force 2, Zerker X Saurian.
That just sounds like you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I haven't played it in like 10 years.
No, I'm just making a joke.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. I don't really know what I'm talking about because this game is fucking weird and kind of bad.
Okay. That would do it.
So, it's got charm. The Mega Man Battle Network games and the Mega Man Star Force games have like this personality that the other Mega Man games just completely lack. Like it feels like the characters are more there than in a lot of the other Mega Man games. which I enjoy, which is what this is for, because this is more like an RPG anyway.
Yeah.
But the actual, like, the meat of the gameplay, like, walking around the world, like, they want you to go, like, the biggest, longest route to get to something every fucking time. There was one point where I complete a mission in a place, a story mission, and then I start to leave, and I get basically to my front door of the house that my character lives in to, you know, save and all that shit, and then I get a call and says, you gotta go back to that place you were just at. And it's like, it took me 20 minutes to fucking leave.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, so that's fucking horrible and annoying. The combat, it's... Have you guys ever seen, like, the Battle Network combat at all?
A little bit, yeah.
So it's kind of like that, except instead of it being like a what is it fucking called? The horizontal sideways view or whatever. You're like looking down the grid at the enemies in front of you. And
interesting.
It's basically the exact same kind of gameplay though, like with little minor differences. Like instead of you having just one shot, you have like a minigun as part of your hand that just kind of fires an infinite amount of shots. The enemies are fucking annoying because you've got some that just make other enemies invincible. You've got enemies like where you have about one, like they move so fast you can't hit them, but when they stop moving to attack, they either throw some shit at you that blocks your shot so you can't actually hit them, or they attack you so fast that you're gonna take a hit trying to attack them, you know. So that gets frustrating, but it's not hard. It's just like, all right, I've already went nuts and grinded super hard, so I have some of the best stuff and all the money, right? I should be killing these guys in 2 seconds, but the game is just going out of its way to make shit as annoying and difficult as possible. Not even a real challenge, just annoying and difficult.
Yeah.
So it gets kind of tedious trying to play it, and I can only really play it for like a couple hours at a time before I'm like, I either need to take a nap because the game has bored me so hard, or I need to play something else.
Oh god, I feel that so much. It's that statement.
I think if I didn't have the nostalgia for this game, I would fucking hate it. I would be like, this is a pile of shit. But of course, because I played it as a kid, well, not as a kid, I was like 16 maybe. But I mean, fuck it. It's like still fun, I guess. Like all the like boss fights are exciting because the bosses do cool shit that the regular enemies don't. So it's always exciting to see what they're gonna do next.
Okay.
So they try to have like these epic kind of not cutscenes, but like events in game. But because of the limited animation style of like the overworld sprites, some of the impact is lost. Like instead of it's like instead of like showing like a character hit another character, just a light will flash and then one character will be on the ground and the other character will be standing over him and shit.
Oh, dude, just like Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's like little stuff like that. Like there's one where a guy becomes like an enemy and like he's not even facing the guy who turned him into a monster. He kind of just is looking off into the distance so you can get a good shot of his character model, and then he kind of just floats up in the air and disappears.
Okay.
Oh, and then the story does the thing where it's like, you know how like animes are like, this is an incredibly rare power that we don't see that often, and then like 6 episodes later, like everybody's learned how to do it or whatever the fuck. So in this, you have EM bodies basically, which are like invisible waves of energy that can do shit. And you can like make them physical or whatever, and you can so normally they're invisible, right? But you can make them visible. But in this case, when you become Mega Man, you were supposed to be invisible, right? Like that was the whole thing in the first game. But now, for some reason, and they even say this, like the first time this happens, they go, you go save some guys and they can see you, and then your EM body goes, oh, you must be in the visual zone or whatever the fuck it's called, right? So I was like, okay, so this is gonna be a rare thing that only kind of happens occasionally. but it's kind of just happening all the time. It happens so often that the characters stop mentioning it. They stop making a big deal because your EM body goes, this is a huge deal. It's super rare that anyone can see you when you're in this form. But then it happens so often, people are just like, whatever. To the point where brand new bad guys kind of just show up and people are like, oh, I can see that guy. And you're like, why? There should be no reason why you could see him as opposed to any other time, right? And it's like weird inconsistencies like that in like the plot. Like one of your here's another thing. One of your friends is a super famous singer songwriter, whatever the fuck, right? She kind of just goes missing, and no one is looking for her.
Okay.
She's like the biggest star in the fucking world, you know, and no one's really looking for her. Not her parents, not her manager, not her fans. The only people looking for her are you and your little group of friends.
Interesting.
And it's super weird. It doesn't really make sense. But you know what? Maybe it'll get better as I get to the ending, because I don't remember how the end goes. I know, like all these Mega Man games, I'll fight like a big boss. The person who seems like the big bad enemy will actually just kind of be the second in command or something, or whatever the fuck, because that's usually how these games go. But
yeah,
it's super not. It's not like complete trash, but it's struggling to keep me interested.
Struggling to keep you interested. I feel that.
Speaking of which, the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh yeah.
Struggling to keep you interested.
Okay, so
you're insane.
I will preface this by saying that I have played through the part in the game that this game should end at in the original game. Right? I haven't played through the entirety of the original Final Fantasy VII, but I've played through essentially what should be this entire game.
You're insane.
Gamer fight!
Shut the fuck up. You don't know what the fuck I'm going to talk about. Because I can guarantee you're not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Grand Blue Fantasy Power Rangers player.
I've been watching my brother play. He's played the whole game.
Okay. Then you know what the fuck I'm about to talk about. So spoilers for a fucking 20-year-old game. Hojo's Lab is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's all I want to say. Hojo's Lab is fucking bullshit and should not be part of the game.
I don't agree with that, but I do say it's bullshit, yeah.
No, it should not. It's like literally all it is padding. It's so dumb. I hate it.
To be fair, this whole game is kind of padding.
Yeah, but like there's a difference between like fun padding and like creating a more cohesive world and just doing this. Like I was talking to Kian about this and level design, and like the issue that I have with the game is that when you got Aerith and Red 13 like in the original game, all that shit was front loaded. Like all of the grinding and shit was front loaded, so you felt like you still had some sort of like urgency, right? Because you had to go save your friend, you had to go, and then you got this magical dog that could speak. Like fucking all of the issues, like all of the stuff that to get to them though was front loaded. It was before that. In this game, it's like backloaded, because it's like kind of padding up until then, but it's mostly pretty easy to get there. And then all of the fighting is after you've already got them, like both Red 13 and Aerith. And I don't like that, because there's no sense of urgency. It just turns me off. I don't want to go through it anymore.
Okay.
Not to mention Hojo's a piece of shit, but like, oh, and the fights are fucking bullshit. Like, so you know I don't know if it stood out to you, but like there's this part where Aerith and Tifa have to like go through, I think it's like lab or ward 3 or something like that.
I forget.
Okay, well, it's this part that you go into this like fucking room, and it's just like 8 bloodhounds jump on you. I had to play that part, I shit you not, like 6 times, because I stacked both Aerith and Tifa to be like magic damage dealers, and I was getting killed before my first ATB could go off. It was just so fucking annoying. It's just, it was one of those parts of the games where it's like, if you didn't build specifically to have one of your characters be insanely tanky, you just got fucked.
I mean, you can always change your strategy up before the fight.
Yes, but like it shouldn't hard lock you from using a strategy. In a game that's like that free flowing, it makes zero sense to throw in an encounter like that.
I don't agree with that statement at all. I think that makes it so that way you actually have to change your settings to force you to try to play the game a little bit.
I mean, I'm playing the game. It's just like, all right. So that is literally the one encounter that I've had to do that for in the entire game.
Well, you might have gotten lucky then.
No, it's just.
I've switched my strategy up like 6 different times just playing through the game, just because I wanted to make the fights easier.
To be fair, Cameron,
I switched my strategy up because it's. What?
I said, to be fair, Cameron, you are bad at video games.
Sure, Deshaun. Sure. Totally.
My point being,
just the worst.
I mean,
like, I've switched my strategy up in the game, but only because I've gotten new materia and thought, oh, this will be fun to play with. Like, I shouldn't. In a game this fucking casual, I should not have to be forced into one specific thing because the encounter is so poorly designed that I need to do that.
I think you're using some strong words right now, sir.
It is a very poorly designed encounter.
I think you're using some strong words for the fact that you didn't do good.
I think you have too much of a definite response, Cameron, for someone who hasn't even played the bit.
Look, if this was the entire game, we could chalk it up to me being bad. But over the course of 28 hours of gameplay, there's one encounter that is upsetting me this much. It is probably poorly designed. And I've died to other encounters in the game. It's just this is the only one that I felt was like an actual bullshit death.
Cameron, this is like if you were doing a strength build in DS3 and then you went to go fight the Abyss Watchers and you couldn't beat them unless you had like 20 intelligence, which you hadn't been building towards the whole time. This is the quality of FF7 debate that's been going on for like the last few months, I think, or week or whatever the fuck how long it's been out.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just saying, like, I just don't like that specific encounter. I think it is very poorly designed.
I can get behind that. I can get behind that statement, you not liking it.
Anyway, besides that, I don't like how much stuff is behind rescuing the people because it slows down the pace of the story to a snail. Like, it's just so dramatically shitty.
Yeah.
I wish we had done all this before we got Aerith. Because it would still give me some urgency and want to get through it, right? Because I want to go save my friend. But now it's like, we're just trying to rejoin everybody. And it's like, okay, cool, I guess. Why the fuck can't we just leave? Like, these people can jump like 40 feet in the air. Like, I just don't understand why we can't just run up a wall and leave.
There's some times where I'm like, you guys know you guys can jump like half that way, right?
Yeah, well, there's this part where Cloud's like, how are we going to get across? I'm like, dude, I've seen you jump to helicopters twice that height.
That is that gif. Okay, so there's a gif I've seen of fucking Cloud slicing up a bunch of bullshit, and then there's another one of him and Barrett slamming up against a fucking door that they can't cut open.
Yeah.
Is it like that? It's so dumb.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's just like...
It gets me every time when stuff like that happens. I'm like...
It's like a fence in a video game that you can't get over even though your character can jump 50 feet in the air.
It's like a curb that you can't get over sometimes.
Oh my god.
That's the worst. Or like... You see a street, it's completely textured and open, but you can't go down the street.
Give me like any excuse other than there's an invisible wall here. Like
I understand invisible walls.
Final Fantasy does a good job about that.
For the most part, yeah. But
there's a couple things where like you're like, come on, seriously, I can't just go through. The one that gets me the most is Seventh Heaven, right? Or Seventh Heaven? Oh fuck. Seventh Heaven.
Whatever.
Yeah. Whatever. The bar. There's 2 tables that keep you from going around the bar.
Yeah.
They're just tables. They're not even like pressed against the wall or anything like that. You can go around all the other junk in the world, but these tables, nah, those are stuck. You have to go all the way around.
They're made of the most powerful materia in all of the land. Where'd you get these, Tifa? I just found them.
Made them out
of
bullshit
move them now.
Materia.
Oh well. Video Video games.
I love
Also,
them, though.
playing with Keon has shown like how differently I view building up resources compared to most people, because he has a way that he wants to play, which is that he wants to like build up like one of each materia and then keep using those materia. And I'm like, why don't we just get more XP on like other, like the same materia but like a different materia, you know? Like same type, different actual materia. It's always just interesting.
So he does one. I was gonna say he does one of
like one cure, one fire, one.
Oh yeah. Okay, I do that too.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if we don't have a necessity to like use the maxed out cure, why don't we just put a regular cure on and max that out too?
Well, you want to get one maxed out so that way you have it maxed out for later.
Yeah, we have most shit maxed out by now.
Oh well, then yeah,
exactly.
you can start getting a second cure maxed out then if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like, I thought you were saying something along the lines where you just max one of each at the time, and then once it's maxed out, you can then switch it off. But that's what you're saying. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Keon does not.
No, he just wants to keep using it, which is I think also fair, but just like
It's
one of those things that I view it differently.
It's whatever your goal is. If your end goal is just to beat the game, then yeah, just leave it on because it's maxed out. If your end goal is to get everything completed, then switch it out.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm having fun with it. Just like that specific part has made me want to fucking break my PS4.
I feel that. I wanted to put I'm gonna post a quote of what I said in the Discord of Power Rangers. But yeah, I wanted to put my fist through a TV. That's how bad Power Rangers was.
So are you saying Power Rangers is dead?
No, it's not dead. Not even close. I still play it. It's just, man, it is frustrating.
Sick.
Oh, Deshaun, you like horror games, right?
I love horror games.
Have you played Alien Isolation?
I haven't. I wanted to grab it, but I have just not really found the space in my backlog.
It is currently $2 on Steam.
Shut up! Really? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've heard like nothing but good things about it. So.
Yeah, I don't even like horror games, and I picked it up because I'm absolutely gonna take a fucking 95%.
I don't even
sale.
like tactics war games or the fuck. But I picked up Total War Shogun 2 because it was free.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose
Add
I'll
that
go
shit.
buy this game for October. What is it called?
Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation. I fucking hate horror games.
Why are you buying it?
For October.
Anyway,
the DLC is 99 cents.
is it really?
Yeah.
Huh. I
That'll
didn't realize there was
hold me for
DLC. Wait.
20. It's
Which
not 99
DLC?
cents. It's $12.49.
Oh, the last Survivor thing is 99 cents.
Oh, I see. Yeah. The crew expedition.
Yeah.
Expendable.
That's sick. All these like cheap game sales that are happening lately. Like I picked up fucking Melty Blood for like $5 yesterday.
Purchase for myself.
It's good shit. Alright, so moving on to the other shit that's happened this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I
So-
want to talk about one thing I watched.
Motherfucker.
Hey man, it was my turn anyway. You want to talk about fucking FF7 and shit?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about this segment.
All right. I watched. Okay, here's the thing. I bought like a bunch of movies I have not watched yet. I watched. I bought Promare. Haven't watched it yet. I bought Shin Godzilla. I've already watched it, but I haven't watched this version yet. And I bought the Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge animated movie that came out a couple weeks ago, I think.
Okay.
Haven't watched those yet, but I plan to eventually. But I did watch a little anime called Glepnir, and I got about 15 minutes in, and the third panty sniff, I said, "Fuck this! I'm gonna watch something good instead." So I started watching Brand New Animal.
Brand New Animal.
This is the new Trigger anime. It is about a teenage girl who turns into a beast man.
That's
who are
right.
these
I've heard of
shape-shifting, half-man, half-animal people who,
this. And they're all racist.
well, humans are all racist.
Humans are all racist. That's
For the
what it
most
is.
part, beastmen are
let's
kind
do
of
that.
like whatever. Yeah, it's a very like plot you've seen before, you've seen 1,000 times. So the reason so it's Trigger, so of course it's gonna look beautiful, right? But they managed to, because to me, you can take any old boring ass plot that you've seen 1,000 times and make it interesting as long as you make the characters interesting, which is what this does. So I thought this would be more in the vein of like a Kill la Kill or Gurren Lagann, where there would be like an overarching plot, and that would be their kind of thing they're going towards the whole time. But this is like slice of life, which I did not expect.
Okay.
It's basically about the people of okay, the name of the city is weird. It's either Anima City or Animosity. Because I kind of hear characters say both pronunciations of it. So, what is it?
Said it's Enema City, obviously.
I mean, it must be, but the way characters say it, it sounds like animosity. And it's not two words. It's one whole word. So it's like,
what the fuck?
yeah. So
It's probably Anima City.
yeah. So that's the one I usually lean towards. But the way characters pronounce it, I'm like, is it supposed to be like a play on words or something? Is it supposed to be like, because humans hate them, they called it animosity, you know, whatever the fuck. But yeah, I wasn't sure if they were trying to go for something there. I don't know why they just didn't call it Animal City or Anima City, but whatever. So there's only like 6 episodes out, I think. It's super fucking good. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like slice of life stuff. I usually want plots to go somewhere and do something, but this is like, I want to know more about what goes on in this city. I want to know more about the beast men, because there's a law where you can cut in line if you're tougher than the person you're cutting in front of.
Okay.
You could just beat them up. You could just fight them. Fuck it. And that's kind of just what they do. I think there will be some sort of bigger plot later on, but for right now, you're kind of just looking at like the lives of people. Like, there's one bit where the main character gets her wallet stolen, so she has to go talk to like this gang where, you know, they're the people who end up with everything that kind of gets stolen. And shit happens from there. It gets super dark real fast from there. Like, it seems pretty innocent, but then it gets kind of dark. And then there's a baseball episode that fucking gave me chills with how like good and anime inspiring it is. Which is, you know, this is what Trigger does. They love to make like anything like into like this big grand emotional moment, which they're good at. It even has like even the minor characters, even in their designs, they have so much personality. Like, when you look at a beast man, you can kind of guess at what he is before he even transforms, you know.
So are you judging the book by its cover, or?
What do you mean? Like, as far as the like character designs go?
Yeah.
Even in like their behaviors, they're very like, oh, this guy is a monkey, this guy's a snake, this guy is a shark.
Never mind.
So you can even see it there. Like, one girl, I could tell she was a dolphin before she transformed into a dolphin, because that was just kind of her personality. She had like that weird playful personality some people associate with like dolphins, and then she turned into a dolphin. I was like, well, there you go.
Interesting.
There you go.
It's tough to, since there's no real like plot going on, I can't really talk about what they actually do without spoiling too much of it, because that is the story, like kind of just the city. There's a the ending, the ED or whatever, probably contender for one of the best EDs I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. It's super good. It's amazing. It's beautifully animated. The song is pretty good. Everything fits with it. It's just great. I highly recommend everyone watch Brand New Animal. Derek, you'll probably love this. Actually, you'll probably love it because it's very, it's like it's pretty to look at. It's very it's super cute. Like there's one character in the baseball episode who's like one of the most adorable anime characters I've ever seen. It's genuinely funny. The characters all have, like, the main character has fucking real personality and real goals and real flaws, like actual flaws, like to the point where a character that she used to be friends with straight up tells her what her issue is, like what is wrong with her, like you see her do all the stuff and you're like, oh, she's such a heroic, cool kind of character, but then like her friend shows up and it's like, actually, here's why she's really doing all that shit. It's so good,
Okay.
That doesn't sound like real life. Other people don't enjoy conflict with each other. This is bullshit.
I think the escapism is a powerful thing. It's a powerful tool.
You know how in anime or shows or whatever, there's like the misunderstanding that never kind of gets resolved. Like a guy meets the character and they're all like, you did this, and it's clearly like they clearly didn't, but since they aren't given a chance to explain themselves, the misunderstanding just keeps going on. Here, that happens, and then basically it's immediately resolved.
They're like no, listen.
Yeah, like something happens, the dude grabs the main character, she's like, I didn't do it, it was fucking someone else, and then he goes with his big honking nose, because he can smell the past, apparently. His sense of smell is so powerful he can see into the past. And he goes, oh, it wasn't you. Okay, my bad. And then he leaves.
Oh yeah, dude, I had a cat that could do that.
I'm gonna say right now, the power of this most special jutsu in anime called talking is so
no
strong.
Yep.
Talk no jutsu is the strongest jutsu in all of anime.
Yeah. You'll just let your characters literally have one conversation, and you'll figure out, oh, they're actually, we can solve this problem in fucking 2 days at most. But so it does stuff like that where you're expecting kind of one thing and then it does another, and it still has those moments where it's like, oh, okay, I figured that's where that would go, but it's done in such a way that you still find it enjoyable. I love Brand New Animal. It's super good. I think I already like it more than I liked Kill la Kill, and I liked Kill la Kill a lot.
I was not a big fan of Kill la Kill.
Why? Because they had women. You fucking sexist.
No,
Sick.
No, not because of the women part.
Yeah.
I just didn't really care for the premise too much.
What premise?
Yeah, basically.
If you weren't there just to see people fucking beat the fuck out of each other for 20 minutes an episode, then I don't know what you're there for.
I was happy about all those scenes, and that's why I watched the whole thing.
There you go. Because this is definitely has more. It definitely has more to say than Kill la Kill. Even probably more than. Oh, I was gonna say Gurren Lagann, but that's not even really Trigger. It's the Trigger team, but it's whatever. There's a bit. I love when they do this. There's a bit in a big open scene where if you look up at a screen, they're playing Inferno Cop on the TV, which is another. It's like a older Trigger anime, and it was super funny because it's like a 1 second thing, and they do shit like where they have advertisements for like restaurants, like they'll have Burger King, but it's called Burger Kitty. They have KFC, but the Colonel's like a cat person. I think cats own a bunch of like the restaurant businesses for some reason, because a lot of them have like cat pun names, which is
because they like to look down on people. And
I would not be surprised.
Is having money.
Yeah. Yeah, Brand New Animal. Check it out. It's good. I give it so far. It hadn't shit the bed yet, so who knows? But so far, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10 as far as the anime goes.
Okay. pretty
So
high
hold on.
praise.
Let me talk about Glepnir for a second. All right. People were telling me Glepnir was so good. I need to check it out. And I was like, "There's like a manga, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, but the anime's coming out, so you should just wait for the anime to come out." I was like, "Okay." So
Oh, that's a bad sign.
so the fucking it's clearly just one of those teenage characters going through physical body changes. They're growing up and they're going through puberty. So, you know, the guy literally he literally transforms into a monster, you know, to show, yeah, your body's changing because you're growing up. Da, 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 da. And then dude, so anyone who knows me knows that I hate fucking TNA and shit. I hate fan servicey shit. I don't like it. I don't like it in anime and shows and shit. I don't like sex scenes in movies or in TV shows. 'Cause I feel like they're a fucking waste of time. I hate that shit. It's just stupid. This show in 10 minutes had so much like scenes would just stop for some shit. So a character would sniff some panties, or there's a bit where a chick is she's in a burning building. Like when you saw her earlier, her outfit was totally fine, but then when the building's on fire, she's laying on the ground. Her shirt's open for no reason, and then the guy who saves her starts he's in this trance or whatever because he can transform into a big mascot monster for some reason. So in his mascot monster form, he saves her, and then he pulls her panties off, and it's is this about to do what I think it's about to do? Thankfully he doesn't, because holy fuck. And then he just kind of leaves, which is it made the whole thing pointless. And then the very next scene, he goes to that girl's locker and he's trying to steal his phone back from her, and he starts smelling her panties. I was like, all right, I'm done with this. Fuck this.
Jesus.
Jesus. It's kind of nonstop. It's every 2 minutes it's something.
So that's so bad.
It started getting annoying. Where I was like, why can we just get to the fucking plot, please? Can we actually get to what's going on? And here's the thing, there's no the way it's shot and filmed, it feels like I should already know what's going on. It feels like there's a context I'm missing that they just haven't given it to me. And it's not like shows where it's like a cold open where you're in the middle of something, right? It's just it just kind of starts, and there's no at first you kind of get actually I haven't really the character's I haven't needed to wear my glasses in however long, right? And he can kind of smell stuff, so you know something's up, and you're oh maybe and he's acting like he's just now getting this shit, right? But then he suddenly transforms into a giant monster out of nowhere. We don't know has he just been able to do this for a long time or whatever? It's not explained. I was all right, fuck this. It's all over the place. I don't want to watch it. I want a story that just tells me what the fuck is going on. It I don't know. It's Glepnir just sucks. It just sucks. It's annoying. The art style sucks. The plot sucks. The fucking TNA fan servicey bullshit sucks. It was annoying as fuck. I hated it. I hated it. I got halfway through the first episode and was I'm just done with this shit. I cannot stand it.
I hate fan service with a fucking passion.
The only reason I really hate it is because it always just feels empty to me. It always just kind of feels like we're literally just doing this. We're just doing this so somebody can jerk off to it later or something, you know? There's literally no substance to it, usually. It's very rare whenever there is. In fucking, what was that?
You know what fan service I don't mind is when it's a cute thing. It's just being adorable.
Well, even Kill la Kill had good fan service where it ended up making sense for the characters, where one character is super hyper embarrassed to be in a fucking super skippy outfit, and another character's fuck it, who cares? It gives you power. Embrace your power, you know? It plays back into the plot, but this is just yeah, we're just doing it because to do it.
Still didn't like it in Kill la Kill either, but
it's
it's just because that kind of fan service always just makes me cringe every single time. And I'm not one of those people who watches cringe compilations.
Yeah, well, you're you know, you're not exactly a stud like me or Derek. So
Nope.
I know
You're
titties make you
actually
uncomfortable.
right about that one for once.
I don't know. I don't care too much about fan service unless it's, I would say, out of nowhere. I think is the best way to put it. Like, there's a lot
that's
of
what this
anime
felt like. That's like
Yeah.
it just kind of felt like they were just doing it to do it. Like it would have been one thing if it was really saying, because I could tell that the whole point was he's going through physical body changes and it's an allegory and a metaphor for fucking puberty and all that bullshit, right? And his hormones are going out of whack. But he's just doing it. You know, it's and like he's like, what am I doing? And it just kind of stops and the scene goes on. If it didn't feel like it just happened for no reason, like if it didn't feel like it just completely stopped the scene, it'd be like okay. But it literally feels like every scene stops, the plot stops, so he can be a weird pervert for a second, and then see that he's being weird and gross, and then like there's a bit where he's just kind of staring forward, and instead of it just being him talking to himself and thinking about, man, my body is changing and weird shit's happening, there's like a 5-minute bit where he's like staring at some chick's panties because she's sitting on the desk, and his friends are like, come on, dude, you can't just stare right at it. And then she throws a book at him, and then the scene ends. There was no, like, there's no introspection he was going through. He was just staring forward and looking at her panties. That was it, you know. And I feel like fan service is fine if it comes with like an emotional payoff. Like if it's like there has to be some sort of actual story relevant shit to it, not just have a panty shot, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like my two of my favorite series are High School DxD and Shire Plus Vampire, and both of those I feel like egregious fan service.
Yeah,
But, like,
never watched those because of that.
No, they're okay. High School DxD is like actually really really good, and it's not even in spite of the fan service; it's because of the fan service. It's like actually a plot point.
That's the one where like the
have fun.
bullet, that chick like matrixes a bullet through her, like in between her tits, right? That's what that is.
That is High School of the Dead, and that is just like actually egregious fan service.
Yeah.
I also love that anime because it's fucking hilarious, but
Yeah.
it's not particularly good. High School DxD is like actually good.
It's way better.
It's like
I can't get past it. Can't. do
like
it.
you go into it because of the boobs, and then you realize that there's actually like decent characters and plot, and you're like, oh fuck, oh no, I don't want to be part of this, and then you're part of it.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% not gonna ever be part of it because of that reason.
Is that
It
the
is-
one
it
where
is,
like
like-
the two girls are like running up the stairs, and then one girl gets grabbed by the zombies or whatever, and then the other girl's like, well, fuck that bitch. She starts kicking her and telling her to die.
That's still High School of the Dead.
Fuck! Why is everything I've seen from high school? Because that was funny.
'Cause High
That
School of
seems
the Dead-
fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that scene is hilarious, dude. Oh, and the High School of the Dead has it's like an unrated release or whatever. So they're just like dropping F-bombs constantly. It's the best thing
wow.
ever. It is the most realistic, like as far as like actual zombie survival thing I've ever seen, because people are just like, what the fuck do we do here? Minus the boob physics, but I mean it's just like actual like getting shit going. It's just like we're fucked. Oh my god, it's so funny. No, High School DxD is really fucking good. It's not about zombies. It's about demons, but it's definitely one of those like you come for the boobs and then stay for the plot, because the plot and characters are really really good.
Okay. You know what
It's
else
so-
isn't about zombies? The
What?
Last of Us 2, apparently.
What are they called in that game? They're like
I think they just say the
They're
infected.
not walkers. I know
They're
that
like
much.
They're like
clickers or something.
clickers are a type.
one.
They're
They're
a
type.
clickers, bloaters, and runners. But I can't. I think they're just called the infected. I can't remember what there's because you know what it is. I think they keep it vague to make it seem more deep. To make it seem like because that's what The Last of Us is about. It's about being deep, not good gameplay or a good story. It's about trying to be deep, which sucked. But have either of you looked at the spoiler shit for it? The leaks.
I haven't
No,
seen any of the
no.
leaks. I've just heard about the delays and everything.
Well, there's not a delay anymore because it's coming out like July 15th, I think.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you. Here's my deal. Okay, we don't not having actually seen it, like the actual game itself, like the full game, and just seeing like
Yeah.
some cutscenes and reading like the plot that basically got dropped. I hate shit that just kind of wallows in misery. and thinks that's deep. Like, if the message of your story is misery and being, like, fucking pissed off and angry all the time and just being absolutely just completely, like, no positivity at all, really, right? Like, if your message is just the misery, then you have no message to me. Yeah. It's not fun. It's just tedious and boring. And I can only put up with people making dumbass decisions for so long because they're mad before I start to get fucking sick of it. You know? Before I'm like, this whole situation didn't have to go this way, but because you decide to be stupid for the 1 millionth time, you know, now everyone is dead.
So how many times can you be stupid before you get angry at them?
Like, it's...
Do you have a 3-strike and you're out rule?
It depends on the situation, but if I get halfway through your shit and I'm like, you're still making these stupid ass decisions despite everything you've been through, you haven't learned fucking shit yet. Are you serious?
I think Korra, Legend of Korra, has one of my favorite moments for that kind of thing, where it was she starts learning and she starts getting better about everything, and then she gets fucked up, and then all of a sudden she goes back to her old ways. And you're like, yes, that's exactly how that shit should work.
She regresses, yeah. It's like, if they're so The Last of Us. I guess I'm just gonna fucking spoil some of the shit because I don't really give a fuck. Because
Deshaun or Derek, do you give a fuck
for The Last of Us?
Yeah.
I'm planning on playing the first game.
Okay.
So let's
I won't spoil what happens, like, at the end of the first game and the beginning of this game, because those things are like directly like linked. But basically, it's just everyone wants revenge, all the time, always, and fuck the zombies, I guess, because the fucking there wasn't even like a single mention of them in like the summaries of the story at all that got leaked. I'm sure they're in the game, but I bet they're minor. I bet they're like
game despite.
Yeah, exactly. That, like, they're in the game even though the game does not give a shit about them anymore. And it's like that was the whole point. Like, it's like I get stories that make I get zombie stories that make you want to like see that the humans are also the monsters, but that's been done like a billion times. Like, they've been doing that since like Day of the Dead, you know, which came out in like the 80s. So it's not some original novel concept, yet zombie stories keep fucking doing it. And as we've seen in every fucking zombie story, they start to burn out when they start to focus on the humans way too much, because you forget that it's a fucking zombie story. You know, it just becomes a post-apocalyptic world at that point. It might as well not even have zombies. And like this, I don't know. Like I don't like when like the devs who like write the story, like writers, when they just make this shit like a movie. If you want to just make a movie, just go make a movie. Stop wasting my fucking time on this dumb horse shit. Stop wasting stop trying to be all deep and shit. How is your gameplay? You know, Last of Us 2 had okay gameplay. I shouldn't if the fucking story leaks and you come out and be like, this ruined everything, then it just tells me your fucking gameplay sucks, because you clearly didn't give a shit about it enough to be worried about it, to be like, well, you guys can still play the game and still enjoy it, you know. It's just like they're coming out and being like, oh, it's all ruined or whatever, and I'm so sorry for our fans. It's like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like, just make a good fun game, right? But you can't do that because you want it to be all deep, and they think being sad and pissed off is a deep story. They think because your characters are sad that makes them complex, when really it just makes them stupid. So it's just whack. God of War kind of did this, but at least God of War had like ups and downs for the characters, right? This just seems like it's all down.
And I mean, like 3 games of PTSD to get through, so kind of dig.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Like,
you know.
I get where you're coming from, but also I kind of get where they're coming from.
Mm.
I don't know. It's one of those things where it's new, and so having a story-based game being spoiled is kind of a big deal. But at the same time, I agree with you that it should just be a fun game to play.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I could
I'm halfway between.
I could see people who are like frustrated, like that the story is now like they feel like they can't enjoy the story because it's had so spoiled for them. But here's the deal: I don't give a fuck about spoilers. Okay, for me, playing the game and getting through all that shit myself and experiencing that firsthand, that's the story. You know, just reading the story and being like, okay, but like, just reading the story will not affect how I feel. Reading the ending or certain bullet points will not affect how I play the game, how I feel about what goes on. It just at most it just kills the surprise. Well, I don't like being surprised, so I'm just gonna continue playing the game as if, you know, because I am experiencing it still. Just because I know what's gonna happen doesn't mean I'm not going through it. If one of the fucking plot points is we fall through a building and get chased by 10,000 clickers, well, I'm gonna fall through a building and get chased by 10,000 clickers. Like, whether or not I know what's gonna happen or not.
You do have to at least understand that some people do enjoy the surprise factor more than the story itself.
Yeah, that's dumb to me. That's
okay.
That because if your story hinges on the surprises, your story sucks. Straight up.
I'm not saying it has to hinge on it. I'm saying that people enjoy the surprises sometimes more than the story itself.
Well, they're enjoying dumb shit.
They're enjoying the wrong part of the story, yes. But if that's what they enjoy, that's what they enjoy, Deshaun.
Yeah.
You gotta see this from other people's perspective sometimes.
Oh yeah, and I tried
this coming from the guy who is getting on my case about saying something is poorly designed because I don't like it.
Go.
Derek, I was just trolling you.
We'll see about that. I'll listen to it back and we'll see who was trolling who on that one.
You can hear it in my voice. The way I'm laughing at you, that's me. That's my troll laugh.
You weren't laughing though.
I was.
He was doing that laugh talk where it's like the laugh is there, but it's underneath his words.
Anyway, can I get to my week?
Yeah, go for it. Last of Us 2 is probably gonna suck. Wait,
the only thing.
Ellie dies and Joel becomes a 300-foot tall Godzilla monster. All right, go ahead.
Man, God damn it.
And sings Washington the entire time.
So the only thing of note that really happened this week is that I got contacted to be on the Valorant team. So.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Hell
yeah.
That's why we've been playing it so much.
Yeah, dude, this game is fucking so much fun. Yeah. But it's not like a professional team or like an organized team or anything like that. But people from like some pugs and shit. So we'll see where it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Exciting.
Can't wait to get my shit stomped in by the people who can just like one tap me through a wall.
Yep. I know how you feel about that.
Fucking like every fucking wall in that game is wall bangable, basically. Not like literally every wall, but most things you can just like shoot through. And so it's just like
that sucks.
I mean it's cool, it's fun.
No. I mean like as in like, oh, that sucks to get killed like that.
Yeah. But
it's fun. It's fucking great killing other people like that.
Yeah. If you have like honestly, I've just come to like pre-firing like random fucking places that I'm just like, yeah, somebody's probably standing there, so I just like pre-fire this shit.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
That's funny.
Makes me feel like I probably should have played 1.6 back in the day, but whatever.
Is it Valorant still in beta?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in closed beta still.
Okay.
So eventually it'll probably have an open beta, then it'll go, you know, like free to play, and then we'll see how bad I am.
Everyone will ruin it.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, how it goes.
I'm waiting to see, because the rank system hasn't come out yet, so I'm waiting to see where I land. I'm guessing I'm probably going to be somewhere in gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping I'm going to be insanely good at it, but I'm guessing I'm probably going to end up in gold.
I got you.
Yeah.
Sick.
So that's all that happened for me. That was big thing. Oh, I played the new XCOM game. Okay, did you guys see my tweets about getting this motherfucker to work?
Yes.
I
Okay.
did not. Hold on a second.
Well, basically what happened was, so I downloaded the game, it wouldn't start. It was missing the actual launcher executable file from my Steam downloads, right? And then what it would do is, it would tell me that the thing was missing, and then it would say update. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it would just download the entire game again, which isn't a huge issue because it's only like 14 gigs. But over the course of like one night, it was constantly doing it, right?
Okay.
And then I was streaming, trying to figure out this shit out, right? Turns out my antivirus was flagging the executable as like malware or like a virus.
I've seen that before. I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah, it's
Like,
happened. Like the only reason I thought about checking that was because of like how it was function or like how the issue was functioning. Because I would like verify the game files on Steam. It would essentially reinstall the executable. I would go look in the files, launch the executable, and then it would say like you don't have permission to run this, and then the executable will be gone. I'm like, okay, there's really only one fucking reason that this is happening besides Steam just wants to fuck with me. So I checked my my antivirus, and literally 16 instances of the executable were in there. And I was just like, oh. On the plus side, got it figured out, and it's fun. It's definitely like a new take on XCOM, but it's really fun. And now the Gears Tactics game launched, and I kind of want to get that too.
I'm thinking about getting it as well.
I have the distinct feeling that XCOM 2 is probably going to be better, or is probably better than that game, but
Probably.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
I heard it's kind of a mess right now. Not necessarily a bad game, but just kind of all over the place with its like stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know. I've been reading the Steam reviews, and it says mostly negative somehow.
really,
Wait,
Jesus.
wait. When we started the podcast, it was mostly positive or very positive.
Really?
And now-
Uh-oh. It might be getting bombed by anti snake people.
Let me see here. Somebody's pissed that it's only running on Windows 10. Somebody says it's not optimized. Go figure. Support directly to Xbox support, which is no help.
I did hear that it feels like a game that was pushed out like a month too early.
Yeah. I just
They
like
got-
I don't.
They got to get it out in time for those checks to come in.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's an issue with the Xbox servers, because I remember when I was trying to play Master Chief Collection last month, there was just like I just couldn't sign into the servers. So, but it fixed itself. So, we'll see. It looks like, despite whatever the fuck people are doing, it looks like a fun game. It looks like it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So.
I do agree with you there, 100%. I need to get in XCOM and play through all of XCOM because I love those type of games.
Yeah. That shit is legitimately XCOM is probably one of the best. Like, it's one of the most accessible and also challenging games that you can like fuck with. That and it goes on sale constantly. I will say, War of the Chosen is the way that XCOM is meant to be played, but you don't need it to like get the experience. It just adds a lot of like really cool shit.
Okay.
But Enemy Within, like if you get the original XCOM, Enemy Within is like you have to play with that expansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are we gonna call that a podcast? Or you got more week?
One more thing. Bionicle Quest for Matanui.
I didn't know if you wanted to bring this up or not. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that that movie
I
from like
fucking-
2005?
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking love that movie.
Fucking greatest Bionicle
Yeah.
movie ever.
Bro, Bionicle is so underrated with how good it
It's
actually
so
is.
like the story was so fucking, even if it was
It's-
just a kids movie, so fucking good.
It was super, super good. Like,
And then he gets the
even
gold
like
mask
the
at the
ones
end.
that came later. Yeah, and he becomes like the. Oh, it's so cool.
Fucking coolest.
I was a huge Bionicle mark as a kid. I had like a fuck ton of the Bionicle builds and shit like that.
I still have a fuck ton of the Bionicles.
I don't know what happened to it. I used to have like the books that explain like the backstories of like.
Yo, I have the fucking card game.
Oh my god, I had some of those cards too. Bro, Bionicle's so good.
Derek,
and,
you didn't play Bionicles, did you?
I built them. I never played with them because I didn't have friends.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, it was fine.
So here's the deal. Bionicle Quest for Matanui is like a fan game that hold on. It's like
this is the second release of it, right?
Yeah, because this is like some fans are basically trying to re-release it themselves.
So if I remember correctly, the game itself was created by an actual publisher, and it never got finished. But they took the dev kit and threw it online, and then now fans are picking it up or something like that.
Hold on a second. Actually, I think this is. Yeah, I didn't read like the whole developer interview. I read some of it, but I think this is a completely original thing.
Okay, because I know there was one Bionicle game that never came out because it was unfinished.
You know what it is? Yeah, that was like that online Bionicle game that was like. Yeah, it was like a little actiony, but it was not action like this. Like this is like Bionicle Dark Souls. It looks fucking awesome. It's gonna be completely free. I think it's gonna have online. Bionicle: The Quest for Matanui or Quest for Matanui. Just be on the lookout for this. It's currently in development. Bro, it's so cool. I'm shocked that's something this cool for Bionicle is coming out, just kind of out of nowhere.
In 2020.
In 2020, I thought the shit was dead. I thought like nobody gave a fuck about Bionicles anymore.
Like, cause not even like the toys even have like the same kind of like pull anymore.
Yeah, like I don't think I've ever even seen. I guess I also don't watch a ton of ads, but like I still see a ton of Lego shit all the fucking time. I can never see Bionicle shit anymore.
No, 100% see nothing of that.
Like Bionicle is such a weird thing where it's like it's Power Rangers, but it's not. It's Lego, but it's not. You know, it's so good.
Yeah,
Derek, I'm telling you, fucking check out the Quest for Manu, the movie from back in the day. It's so good.
I will do my best to find it. If I remember past like 5 hours from now.
I don't even know if you can really find it anywhere. I'm sure it's online somewhere, but it's probably hard to fucking find.
Probably online somewhere.
Yeah. There were like 6 movies, I want to say. Like I remember watching 3 of them, and then like a few years later, somebody told me, "It's like, oh, did you know that some other ones come out?" I was like, "What? Are you serious?" And even like they would introduce like every new generation of Bionicles, they would introduce like a new team of rivals, and they were always fucking awesome. Like they were either weird spider monsters or
they're all like weird, actual creative monsters.
Yeah, and then you had the like there were like the latest one I know were just a bunch of dudes who got mutated into fucking sick monsters who were like, oh my god, it was so cool. I'm geeking out over fucking Bionicles right now.
My favorite monster was still the one that turns into a ball, because they were the face snatchers. They'd rip your mask off and then steal your face and put it in their own face.
Yep. Super cool.
Like that's a children's toy.
Bionicle was dark. If you read like the Dark Hunters book, they just talk about like, oh yeah, I just fucking killed this guy because I
killed him and stole his face.
turned his body into a zombie tool for me to use. You know, I fucking. And then there stole his soul.
The whole aging process for Bionicles too, where they get bigger and then they become the old men.
They become the little short ones. Yeah. Super weird. Super cool though.
It's super weird and super cool. All right. I think that's a podcast though.
That's a podcast.
Where can we find you, Derek?
You can find me at Cayman Second, especially on Twitch because I'm going to be streaming.
Alrighty, nice. Where can we find you, Deshaun?
Mr. Urban Buddha on Twitter, Mr. Urban Buddha on YouTube, or the Urban Buddha on Twitch.
And you can find me at IPT Buttons or I Press the Buttons on YouTube and Twitch. And as always, laugh at yourself, and we'll catch you guys next time.